Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, September 5th, 2012. This is Jason Horak reporting on recent developments on the clutch issues with the electric Dodge Daytona. Specifically, what we've got here is 3 sets of clutches. I just got an email this morning, response from SPEC, which stated that they wanted to know how many splines the input shaft had on the transmission. Now, I had previously sent high-resolution pictures of the input shaft, of the original clutch on the input shaft, as well as the close-ups of the original clutch and the spec clutch. So I just took those pictures, blew them up to full size, and counted the splines. Turns out there are 18 splines on the input shaft of the transmission. There are 18 splines on the original clutch and 18 splines on the spec clutch disc. So obviously the number of splines isn't the problem, it's just the depth of those valleys and the height of the peaks. So anyway, because we're getting close to the convention, the car has to ship in about a week and a half, and it had been about a week and a half that I was waiting for a response from SPEC. I got panicky and ordered just an inexpensive SACHS brand clutch kit from Rock Auto, and it was here in a couple days, and there it is. So that's the one in the center. Just as to clear up a little point of confusion, the clutch disc set on the right, the pressure plate and clutch and throwout bearing, are actually the original ones. These are the it's actually a BECK-ARNLEY, I believe is how it's pronounced. I had incorrectly said that it was a SACHS in an earlier video, just because I had been looking at the SACHS and thought that's what I bought. But upon reviewing my records and comparing the disc, I'm like, oh wait, no, that's not actually the right one. So this particular set, I believe, was $55 when I bought it. And again, it was back in end of 2009, early 2010. And you know, it worked really well, it did the job. Only problem was that I think it got some contaminants in there. Some WD-40 had leaked down into the transmission and caused the disc to start slipping, probably started breaking down its friction material, and so forth. So anyway, that is the original set that's been on the car since 2009, early 2010, and this is the throwout bearing that they sent me with it. I never put it on the car. I ended up using the one that was there before, but it says Vallejo US patent number blah 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 blah. And I just kind of point that out because there seems to be a different one that came with each cassette. So and you know, again, there's the original disc with its 18 splines. So now this is the SACHS one that just came this morning, and from Rock Auto, and this has a new throwout bearing, a little bit different design, and this one doesn't have any writing on it as to who it came from or anything, but it's just interesting that this has like a metal in the center. There's no, you know, it's like a solid metal ring, and then it's kind of curved on this edge, whereas the original, or the one that BECK-ARNLEY had sent, is a bit different. It seems to have, it's metal in there as well, but you know, just some grease and just, you know, again, just a little bit different design. So the one that came with the spec kit is even different still. This one has a plastic ring in the center, and it's kind of, there's a big glob of something in there. It looks like grease, I guess, and it's sort of split. You know, again, I'm sure that there's a reason for why it's different. Maybe it, you know, spins better or lasts longer or something. But again, this one doesn't have any writing on it as to who made it, where it came from. But presumably from SPEC directly, but I don't know. So anyway, that's kind of the deal. So what's interesting about the new SPEC clutch that's actually new SACHS clutch that's actually a SACHS clutch, is it says Vallejo on it up there, and also on the back, and then it has SACHS like printed into the metal down where it says flywheel side, right here. So anyway, this has the, I'm sure the camera isn't going to make it out very well, but it has the nice pointed hills and valleys, just like the original clutch, just like the BECK-ARNLEY deal, which, for all I know is also a Vallejo, but yeah. So, and once again, the SPEC clutch does not have that same setup. It's just kind of a different pattern. It's still 818 splines, but it's just not the same. So this will not go on the transmission, whereas these other two presumably go on fine. I have not even tried the SACHS clutch. Just eyeballing it, it looks like it will fit. Let's go ahead and try it right now. This is a first attempt on film, even. So this is kind of what I expected the SACHS, or the SPEC clutch rather, to be. I tried to put it on when I was filming, and then it just didn't work, and I was very annoyed. Flywheel side goes this way. Flip it around the camera. Okay, so now we're actually putting it in like it's supposed to go, and turning. Oh, look at that! It slides right on like a champ, without even any effort at all. There is a little slop, just a tiny bit of where you can turn, and I'm not sure how well that's coming on the camera, but it slides on there very easily. I didn't actually use any kind of grease or spline lube, I guess is what they call it, when I put the original BECK-ARNLEY clutch kit on. It just slid on there no problem, and I didn't even realize it was necessary. The SACHS kit did come with a little packet of that stuff, so I'll probably use that when I put this on today. But anyway, hopefully SPEC will get back to me, and I mean, we're talking about a performance part for a racing application that doesn't fit my transmission, so it's pretty much a paperweight at this point. I'm gonna keep following up with them. Most likely they're gonna want me to ship the clutch kit back to them, and then maybe they'll get one shipped out to me at some point. But I got about a week and a half before this car is going to be shipped to Missouri, and I can't have it sitting here all in pieces, not even knowing if it's going to work until the last minute. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put that actual SACHS clutch and clutch disc and pressure plate on, and then we'll go from there. Take care and have a nice day.